It all started with a simple thought, a fleeting one, I swear. But in this Lagos heat where everyone is hustling, the thought grew wings and landed on my shoulder. Tola's boyfriend, Desmond, was not just any man. He was the man. Rich, fine, always smelling like imported perfumes. Meanwhile, my boyfriend Femi, broke but loyal. Too loyal self. Always looking at me like I was the only air he could breathe. Tell me, can love pay rent? Can loyalty buy Brazilian hair? Hi, my name is Franca and this is my story. Tola was my close friend though, my padi since university. But let's not lie, she was living the soft life with Desmond. Trips to Dubai, shopping sprees in Lekki, weekly dinners at fancy places where they sprinkle gold on food. Me, I was managing my Indomie boyfriend and pretending I didn't want more. But one day I told myself, Franca, God did not put you on this earth to suffer. Oh. I started small, very small. Every time Tola would rant about Desmond, I would be there with my fake advice. Men are like that. Don't mind him, I'd say while secretly taking notes on how to worm my way into his heart. If Desmond posted a picture online, I'd be the first to like and comment, looking sharp, sir. Sir, okay. God forgive me. It didn't take long for Desmond to notice me. I slid into his DMs, harmlessly at first. You're really trying for Tola. Oh. She's lucky to have you. From there, it escalated. If it were me, I'd never take you for granted. And the fool started replying. I saw my breakthrough. Tola was sharper than I thought. One day, she came to my house as usual, ranting about how Desmond wasn't picking her calls. I was pretending to comfort her, my mouth full of lies. When she got up to use the bathroom, that was when my village people decided to disgrace me. Hey God. As I was busy replying to Desmond's message, don't worry, baby, I'll treat you better than she ever could. I didn't know Tola had doubled back. Before I could even blink, she snatched my phone from my hand. Franca, what's this I'm seeing? My mouth dried instantly. What do you mean? I stammered. She scrolled through the messages slowly, like someone savoring the sight of betrayal. So, this is how you've been paying me back after everything I've done for you. Tola, it's not what it looks like. She didn't even let me finish. The slap that landed on my cheek was hot like Lagos sun at 2 p.m. Before I could recover, she grabbed my shirt. You think I'm stupid? You think I don't know you've been eyeing my man? I tried to pull away, but I didn't know I was dealing with a ninja in disguise. Before I could say Jack Robinson, she threw me onto the couch with one leg sweep. My ancestors were calling me. Tola wasn't just angry, oh. She was a whole Bruce Lee in human form. Jesus. Stand up and fight me, she shouted, her voice echoing through the house. I tried to explain, but another slap reset my brain. Hey! Punches, kicks, even elbow moves. I saw it all. My weave was scattered, my face swollen, my pride in shreds. And when she finally stopped, she stood over me, breathing heavily. You disgust me, she spat. And let me warn you, if I ever see you near Desmond again, you will regret the day you were born. As she stormed out, slamming the door behind her, I lay there on the floor, defeated. Not only did I lose my friend, but Desmond ghosted me immediately. Femi. He found out and dumped me. Yeah, he dumped me too. Now, anytime I see Tola, I cross the road. And Kung Fu, I respect it with my life. They say a leopard doesn't change its spots. And me, I was proof of that proverb. You think after Tola handed me the beating of my life, I would have repented. But no, the hunger for soft life kept calling my name like village drums during a festival. This time, it was Kemi's boyfriend, Charles. Tall, dark, with a Range Rover and a wallet that didn't know suffering. Kemi was loud about her relationship, always flaunting pictures of their date nights, gifts, and vacations. Her pride in Charles annoyed me. But deep down, I wasn't jealous. I was motivated. I started my usual tactics, being the overly supportive friend. When Kemi complained about how Charles didn't call her often, I would fan the flames. Kemi, maybe he's talking to someone else, so I'd say with a fake frown. Of course, I knew where he was. He was busy replying to my messages. Charles, you are too good for Femi. I texted one night after she showed off the channel bag he bought her. She doesn't appreciate you the way she should. And as usual, this may never fail to fall for it. Things were going smoothly until one fateful day, Kemi had invited me over to her place for a girls' night. I was feeling smug, knowing that while she was painting her knees and talking about wedding plans, Charles was secretly calling me his queen. But village people never sleep. Kemi's younger sister, Buki, was sharper than a razor blade. I didn't know she had been watching me all evening, noticing how I kept sneaking glances at my phone. As soon as I went to the kitchen to grab a drink, Buki followed me and snatched my phone. "Let me see who is making you smile like this, Sister Franca," she said with a smirk. "Give me my phone, Buki," I shouted, but it was too late. She opened the chat and screamed, "Ah, Kemi, come and see oh. Your friend is texting your man." Before I could grab the phone, Kemi stormed into the kitchen. The look in her eyes was worse than death. She snatched the phone and read through the messages and let out a laugh that sent chills down my spine. "Franca, you." "Kemi, it's not what it looks like." I started backing away slowly, but she wasn't hearing it. "You think I'll let you go off easily?" she asked, rolling up her sleeve. My stomach sank. I'd forgotten Kemi was a state champion in taekwondo. Before I could make it to the door, she grabbed me by my shirt and flung me onto the dining table. "You want to snatch my man? Come and take him. Come and take him now," she screamed, delivering a roundhouse kick that left me seeing stars. Hey! The beating that followed was epic. Buki even joined in, using the broom like she was avenging her ancestors. My wig flew to one corner, my earrings to another, but by the time they were done, I was crawling on the floor, mumbling apologies. When Charles heard about the drama, he blocked me on everything and stuck with Kemi, another loss. But the funny thing is, I still didn't stop. But sometimes I succeeded. Sometimes I managed to borrow someone's man for a few weeks before karma came knocking. Other times I left with bruises, torn clothes, and a reputation that followed me everywhere. One day, my auntie sat me down and said, "Franca, this your bad character will land you in a ditch one day." But me, I just smiled and replied, "Auntie, as long as the ditch has AC and Wi-Fi, I will survive." When I met Dari, it felt like all my hustle had finally paid off. He was everything I'd been dreaming of. A proper IJGB, I just got back, complete with a British accent that he overused, even when it wasn't necessary. He slid into my DMs on Instagram after I posted a cute picture, and from there the talk started. "Babe, you're different from all these Lagos girls," he said during one of our late night calls. "You are so simple, so down to earth, not like the ones always asking for money." If only he knew. But no problem. I played my role to perfection. I told him I didn't care for material things, that all I wanted was love and companionship. I even added, "It's not about what you can give me, but the connection we share." Lie of the century. For weeks we talked non-stop. He promised me heaven on earth. The latest iPhone, a MacBook, designer clothes, and even a trip to Dubai. "Once I landed in Nigeria, babe, I'll spoil you silly," he said, and I believed him with my whole chest. The day he finally arrived, I dressed to kill, full glam makeup, my best wig, and a figure-hugging dress that screamed, "I'm a wife material." He picked me up in a sleek black car, and I nearly melted when he stepped out, wearing a crisp white shirt and cologne that smelled like imported money. Money. "Franca, my queen," he said, pulling me into a warm hug. "I've missed you." My head was spinning. I felt like I'd finally arrived. Then he handed me a big shopping bag. "This is for you," he said with a smile. My heart jumped. This must be the jackpot. My iPhone, laptop, and clothes. "Thank you, Dari," I said, trying to sound modest. I didn't want to seem too eager, so I acted like the bag was nothing special. "You shouldn't have, honestly." But in my mind, God, this is my reward for suffering. "Let this bag contain Chanel, Gucci, and all the blessings of the UK." He then added, "I got you everything we talked about, but unfortunately the iPhone got misplaced at the airport. I'll replace it tomorrow." I blinked. Misplaced the iPhone. My heart sank a little, but I quickly recovered, smiling sweetly. "Oh, it's fine, Dari. You didn't have to go through so much trouble." But deep down, I was already calculating how long it would take him to replace that phone. We had lunch, talked, and he even held my hand like we were in some romantic movie. But all I could think about was getting home and opening my bag. On my way home, I decided to call my two closest friends, Bimbo and Shade, who had been my sounding boards for weeks. They were the ones I bragged to about my abroad boyfriend, the ones who had endured my constant reminders that their local Lagos boyfriends couldn't compete with my imported king. Hello, Bimbo. Abeg, you and Shade should go to my house straight. We're unboxing tonight, I said, my voice dripping with pride. Bimbo laughed. Franca, we've been waiting for this day, oh. This your man had better deliver. I rolled my eyes. He's not like your broke boyfriend. Dari has class. Just make sure you people get there before me, and please help me settle my ride fare when I arrive. I'm low on cash. Yes, that part was true. I had emptied my account for Dari just 2 days before. He had called me saying he needed urgent naira since he just landed and hadn't had time to exchange his pounds. I gave him the money, forgetting that 200k was all I had left in my life. To impress him further, I even borrowed 500k from the coursemate contribution made for our lecturer's retirement send-off party. I convinced myself that it was a wise investment. After all, Dari would refund me and even top it up. He was rich. 700k was small change to him. When I arrived home, Bimbo and Shade were already there, bubbly with excitement. Abeg, let's not waste time, I said, handing them the bag. Let's see the blessings God has sent me. We sat on the floor, surrounding the bag like it was a treasure chest. Bimbo pulled out the laptop first, and the room went silent. What is this? Shade finally asked, holding it up. The thing looked like it had been dug out from a 1998 cyber cafe. It was bulky, scratched, and the keyboard was missing some letters. Maybe it's vintage, I said weakly, though my heart was pounding. Vintage K, Bimbo replied, laughing. This laptop belongs in a museum. Ignoring her, I reached into the bag myself, determined to find the clothes. My hand brushed against fabric, and I pulled it out. A t-shirt. My heart sank as I read the words printed across it. London 2012 Olympics. Ah, Shade exclaimed, clutching her chest dramatically. This is what you've been bragging about. Ben danced from Yaba. Bimbo started pulling out more items. A faded hoodie, some oversized jeans with frayed hems, and a pair of sneakers that looks like they had just survived 2 world wars. By this point, I was speechless. The bag I had carried home with pride, thinking it contained designer treasures, was nothing but pure embarrassment. My chest tightened as I remembered all the insults I had thrown at my friends. See, Shade and Bimbo said, holding up a London t-shirt. This is why we should stick to our Lagos boys, so imported heartbreak is worse. Hey, I couldn't take it anymore. Maybe the good stuff is coming later, I mumbled, trying to save my face. He did say the iPhone got misplaced though. Misplaced, Abi? Shade shot me a look. And the laptop and clothes, uncle. Did these village people pack them for him too? I stayed quiet, my head pounding with shame. And then it hit me. Dari had played me. Not only had I bragged to the whole world about him, but I had also given him everything I had. My money, my dignity, my pride. I even stopped drinking tap water. Instead, I drank expensive bottled water. I was already practicing how to become an Oga wife. The 3 of us sat there in silence, staring at the pile of junk in the middle of the room. My dreams of being a Lagos big girl shattered in an instant. That night as my friends left, I curled up on my bed and cried. The soft life I had imagined for myself had turned into hard reality. And Dari, I knew better than to call him. He was probably somewhere laughing at how he had scammed me. But as I wiped the tears, I knew deep down that this wasn't the end. The hustle must continue. After the heartbreak and disappearance of Dari, I thought I had seen it all. But trust Lagos is always ready to show you the next level of sakpa and disgrace. That's how I met Emeka, a man with broad shoulders and the wallet of a politician's son. From the moment I saw him, I said, this one is my retirement plan. Emeka wasn't just rich. He was smooth too. Everything about him screamed big boy association. He always smelled like foreign perfume and carried himself like he owned the world. Little did I know that I was playing with fire. At first, Emeka showered me with attention. He'd take me to fancy restaurants in Victoria Island and hand me bundles of cash for my nails, hairs, and small upkeep. Omo, I was living the Lagos big girl life. But as time went on, things started getting fishy. For one, Emeka never let me visit his house. My sister is visiting, he'd say, quickly correcting himself. My spirit told me something was off, but my flesh was busy enjoying the lifestyle. Then one day, everything shattered. It was on a quiet evening when my phone rang. The number was unfamiliar, but I picked up with my big girl voice. Hello, Franca Abi. Let me warn you now. Stay away from my husband. A deep, thunderous voice shouted into my ear, "Husband? Who is this? This is Emeka's wife, you useless side hen. If I catch you near him again, you will see fire." Now, any reasonable person would have apologized and moved on, but not me. I've been through too much in this life to let one market woman intimidate me. "Madam, calm down," I replied with venom in my voice. "Your husband is for everybody, and it's my turn now. If you're tired of him, let the rest of us enjoy. And if you dare talk to me like this again, I'll personally beat you up." I hung up the phone, feeling triumphant. Little did I know that I had just invited thunder and brimstone into my life. Fast forward to a week later, I was at the market buying suya, humming to myself as I thought about the big girl life I was planning with Emeka's money. That was when I felt a tap on my shoulder. I turned around and immediately knew I had entered one chance. It was Emeka's wife. And when I say this woman was built, I mean she looked like she had been lifting weights since she was in her mother's womb. Her arms were bigger than my thighs. And her chest, let's just say she could intimidate any area boy in Mushin. Before I could say good evening ma, her hands connected with my cheek. The slap was so loud, even the malam selling suya froze. My words spun as the piece of suya I was chewing flew out of my mouth and landed on the ground. "Ah, madam, let's settle this." But she wasn't here for peace. "So you are the one threatening me, Abi? You want to beat me? Oh yeah, start, beat me." Before I could blink, she grabbed my wig and yanked it clean off. I screamed as she dragged me into the center of the market. People gathered, but nobody dared intervene. They were just shouting, "Ah, leave her now, leave her now." But nobody moved an inch. This woman wasn't just fighting, she was giving me a full WrestleMania performance. She lifted me like a sack of pure water and slammed me on the ground. Then she dragged me on the road so much that the tires started shining. At this point, she used me to demonstrate how to lift weights. My bones were cracking and I could already see my ancestors clapping for me on the other side. By the time she was done, I couldn't even recognize myself. My friends, Bimbo and Shade, rushed to the scene and carried me straight to the hospital. The nurses there looked at me and asked, "Were you involved in a plane crash?" I wanted to lie, but the shame was too much. "No ma, it's domestic issues," I muttered. They bandaged me from head to toe. I looked like a fresh loaf of agege bread. As I lay on the hospital bed, I began to reflect on my life choices. "God, if you heal me from this, I promise to turn a new leaf," I whispered, tears streaming down my face. "No more sugar daddies, no more married men. In fact, I'll become a reverend sister." Bibo and Shade burst into laughter when I told them my plan. But I was serious this time. That beating reset my brain. Emeka and his wife had shown me shege romance, and I wasn't ready to risk my life again.